Hello, Aquarius. Welcome in. We're going to be doing your October reading today. I just meditated on your energy for a moment here, and I don't know why I feel the need to tell you I also have my cozy little blanket on. Um, anyways, I was meditating on your energy here, and I felt just this rush of like movement and power, and I felt immediately that it had to do with Pluto going direct in your sign here, I believe on October 13th. If you'd like to go more in depth into the astrology, I did do an October astrology overview, which is linked below. But after meditating on your energy, the cards that came through my astrology deck are Virgo's energy, digest, and on the bottom we literally have Mars, motion. So super interesting. Definitely this feeling of there's a lot of momentum here. There's a lot of movement wanting to come through, but also spirit asking you to kind of pause and let this energy settle before like rushing right ahead. And if you do end up watching the October astrology, that should make sense to you because of the retrogrades we still have going on, where it's like for a lot of the signs, I get this sense that there's like this really intense buildup of energy here, but it still has to be like titrated through this like I'm just getting this image of like all this energy building up and then it all having to like go through this little straw and then going through all these other different like pathways to get to where it needs to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So I feel like come January and February, this buildup of energy is going to like land where it needs to land, and like your life is probably going to look very differently than it does now. As a lot of our lives already after that eclipse season look a lot differently than they did. So it's like we just went through that eclipse portal. Now we're on the other side of it, and it's like just this huge buildup of all this new energy, but it needing to have time to rest and digest. So Virgo really coming through strong today in a lot of the readings, reminding us to slow down and allow us to really sit with all the changes happening here. Those Virgos, they'll remind us, right, to slow it down a little bit, right? Because they're all about refinement. And okay, on the other end of the spectrum, you have Pisces. I'm a Pisces. This energy of all these grand ideas and this imagination and this magic. And then it's like, okay, that's amazing, but like, how are we going to make these beautiful ideas come into reality, into the 3D? How are we going to set the foundation for them to blossom? And really, what is like the true standard here that we're setting for this to all move forward in integrity and authenticity? So a lot coming through there. All right, we are using... It's so interesting. I love tarot. We are using my Phoenix card deck to honor this fall season that we're moving into here. It's a very intense deck. It's an archetypal deck. And it just has very like scorpionic energy to me, like the depths, you know? So let's see what's coming through here. I'd like just one, but if two come out, I'm okay with that. But preferably I'd like just one to come out here for you, as we already have a couple. All right, two came out, so like I said, I'll take it. Interesting. And what's on the bottom here? The Judge. So we have the Judge. We have a lot coming out here. A lot of energy, right? Like I was saying. The Judge on the bottom here. The Delegate. The Denier. The Financial Advisor. We're kind of rhyming now, huh? And the Inner Child. So, interesting, right? The Inner Child, the Denier, the Delegate. There's a part of you, too, that may... Okay, I'm getting a lot coming through here. One hand, there's a part of you that may kind of stop you from moving forward in terms of, or allowing you to like spend money in a certain way. Like there's a part of you that could make you feel guilty about the ways in which you utilize your resources, even if they're for like the benefit of the good. But then on the other side of you have the Delegate, which is kind of what I was talking about with like this like movement of energy and how it's going to be delegated, right, to all these different areas of your life. So this could literally be talking about your finances too, in terms of really taking a step back to like look at what your resources are and maybe seeing where you can be more fluid with your resources, or like allow yourself the ability to spend more, or maybe you do need to kind of pull back a little bit here and just delegate what you have already to the right things. Like utilize your resources wisely, but not like overly restrictively. Does that make sense? You know your story best. So if you're being willy-nilly with your money, which I don't really get that sense in this reading, then there may need to be some better delegation, right, of those resources. But I get more of this sense for a lot of you that you could actually be denying your inner child this ability to really step into creativity because of this strict energy within you that kind of stops you from fully expressing here. It's very interesting to begin the reading here. Let's keep going. Let's look at what wants to come through for you in the tarot. This is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus signs. Feel free to watch your other signs as well and kind of like create one fluid story for yourself. Let's look at the past, present, and future here, and past indicating like what is still relevant here in October and what we kind of need to know about the past to move forward. Oh my god, that's so funny. I never realized this. In the Ten of Cups, they have the marijuana plant in it. It's kind of funny. This is an herbal tarot deck, which I love. So let's see what wants to come through. So far, in the past, we have some pretty wild energy. Ten of Cups, the Moon card, and the Two of Wands. In the present, we have, wow, the Nine of Cups, Strength, that fire energy coming through strong. And the World card, wow. Now let's see in the future, we have the Eight of Wands. The Lovers. And what else? I'm not like allowed to show that card on YouTube because it's a little graphic. So I'm just covering it up so we don't get flagged here. And what else? The Queen of Cups. Wow, what a stunning reading. And the Nine of Cups on the bottom here. Okay, so let's talk about this. I'm kind of just going to hide this card, so don't mind that. We have to do what we have to do here. The Ten of Cups, the Moon card, and the Two of Wands. So I'm getting this sense that a lot has been illuminated to you around what emotional fulfillment means to you. And this could be in the recent past. Whatever situations you've been in, you've really started to understand what it is that your inner child needs to. I'm just like looking at this light that she's carrying here, and that illumination speaks loudly to me about just like really understanding what it is that your inner child, your most authentic self really needs to be fulfilled and to be happy. And you know, it's interesting. I've never really thought about it like that, even in terms of my own personal life, of like, think about you as a kid and like what really lit you up and made you happy and just such like innocent joy. And you know, how can we look at that and really feel into that and bring more of that energy into our adult lives? And like, what kind of connections and relationships are going to bring out that like loving, innocent type of joy like that, that just allows our inner light to shine really big here. Yeah, so I feel like you have gotten really clear on what it is that is for you, in some way, shape, or form. And you're really looking towards the future to bring that into your reality. You have become clear on what it is you want. And once you can become clear, then the universe can start to work with you. You know, I've noticed this in my own life too, is like when we're not clear, we end up manifesting like a bunch of different things to basically help us figure out what it is that we're trying to bring into our lives. A lot of the time, I will say. I mean, there's always the unique situations too here, but in the present moment, you have the Nine of Cups, the Strength card, and the World card. So I feel like you have become really balanced within yourself here, Aquarius, and really happy and like fulfilled on your own. Really overcoming any issues around I want to say like codependency with that Moon card, like any illusions around not being whole within yourself. And I feel like you're really closing out a big cycle, like from a very strong internal point of view. Like, you're able to close this cycle out because you have become so unified from within. Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It's kind of interesting because the beginning of the reading usually does like kind of blend more deeply into like the tarot itself, but I'm noticing with this reading that was kind of like its own separate story that needed to be spoken about. But who knows, maybe they'll blend together more deeply as we keep going here. But yeah, really beautiful energy here. Is there anything else I want to say about that? Excuse me. I do want to pull one card on the World card. Three of Swords. Okay, so what I was picking up on was healing from the root. Healing from the root. And I feel like you really have been able to go to the root of whatever pain you've had in the past and to really heal from the root up. I'm also picking up on definitely like generational healing here. You could be a generational curse breaker for your family, for your lineage. Yeah, really powerful energy here. And the Hermit card on the bottom. So you've been really guided deeply to heal from the root up. It's profound. Eight of Wands, the Lovers card that I can't show you, and the Queen of Cups here. So there's going to be movement forward here, and I feel like you are really bringing in, this could be a love opportunity here. Let's clarify the Lovers card. That came right out. The King of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be manifesting a Virgo, an earth sign, into your reality here. And I feel like you're really being pushed to let go of any like internal conflict, really just like leaning into your gifts and your magic and staying in the highest vibration to really manifest what it is you desire here. Oh, interesting. This one's already flipped over. Page of Swords. Yeah. Cutting away from any lower vibrational energies here to really stay in a high frequency. Yeah, I definitely could be manifesting an earth sign here. What is this? Queen of Cups. I think the Queen of Cups is pretty self-explanatory, but we always love a little clarity. Let's see, does anyone want to come through here? We got the Knight of Pentacles and the Death card. So yeah, I feel like you are really transforming on a deep, deep level and slowly but surely moving forward here. I think all you really have to do is kind of let, like, it's like you've already done all of this work, healing from the roots up. And I feel like you're, wow, yeah, with the Ace of Cups on the bottom, like you've already done all the work. Like all of these manifestations are ready to pour through. I feel like your team on the other side too is like very impressed with the work you've done. And that's why there's this like giant, like even just like the Mars energy here, it's like this giant buildup of energy. And it's like almost like Spirit didn't expect you to break these cycles the way that you did. And it's like the universe needs time to like get everything else in alignment around you so that all of this can kind of come together. But you've already done all the work. Not to say that like you've done all the work, like there's no more work. Like there's always going to be more work to do. But I'm talking specifically with whatever karmic cycle you have just overcome. You have really done a lot of good work here. And just to continue to focus on your energy and your movement forward and staying in alignment with that high frequency. Wow, Aquarius. Let's see what wants to come through with my oracle cards here. They're called Human Spirit Oracle. So yeah, let's see what wants to come through to close out the reading here for October. If you ever want to do a private reading with me, feel free to click the link below to my website. Interesting. I swear I'm shuffling these cards really well. And these cards came out for I believe Sagittarius, which was a couple readings ago. Could have even been Scorpio. Interesting though, they did come out in a different order, but Master of Destiny, Homebody, and Cry for the Moon. So I do get this emphasis as well on the full moon. Whatever full moon we have next, which would be in November, beginning of November. Yeah, I feel like this makes sense though. Like I feel like you Cry for the Moon, I feel like definitely leaning into the moon's energy and the moon cycles, like maybe doing some rituals around the full moon. to welcome this energy in or to illuminate anything that still needs some purging here. But I feel like you are really just being encouraged to really embody where you're at and kind of stay home. Not like stay home, but like protect your energy and just keep working toward your path here. And almost even getting for that full moon that it might be, and you'll know in the moment like what is best for you and what you need personally, but it might be good for you to, or nourishing for you to stay home and like build a fire and just like really lean into yourself, and allow that peace to really overcome you and allow yourself to just relax, because I feel like you've done a lot. You've done a lot of work. So really honoring you and your process and all this beautiful work that has been done, and just know that you've done the work, and just to keep taking those like daily steps forward, but really just allow yourself to rest and digest here. So thank you so much for tuning in, and feel free to like, subscribe, share if this resonated with you. Yeah, and feel free to check out any of the links below. And I hope to see you all soon in November, and stay tuned for maybe some fun other longer videos. Like, yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we'll see what I end up coming up with. But much love. See you guys soon. Bye.